Well, in our spotlight, mounting pressure for university leaders at Harvard, MIT, and other colleges around the country after the University of Pennsylvania's president, Liz McGill, resigned Saturday following her Capitol Hill testimony on anti-Semitism drew criticism. This comes as more than 70 members of Congress demand universities review and update their school policies to ensure that they protect their students on their campuses from hate speech. I want to bring back our panel here, LZ, Barbara, Christina, and joining us is our ABC Senior National Policy Reporter, Ann Flaherty. So thank you for joining us on this one, Ann. And let's start here with you. Today, the Executive Committee of Harvard's University Alumni Association announced their support for President Claudine Gay. 500 faculty members also stated they back her. But students, alumni, most pointedly here, donors are voicing their displeasure. They're saying she has to go. Where do you see that heading?
Well, Kana, I'm not sure that 500 faculty members are enough to really head off the problems facing these university presidents. I think they've got two big problems. One are the donors that you mentioned. Those are extraordinarily influential when it comes to these colleges and universities, but also the political headwinds. You've got conservatives in Congress who want to launch congressional investigations into this. We had Congresswoman Stefanik, a member of the GOP House leadership team, saying 1 down, 2 to go. She clearly is not letting this go. Those are some really some tough political headwinds for these university presidents to face, I think, in this time.
And LZ, let's talk about the question here that sparked outrage. The question was, does calling for the genocide of Jews violate your campus's code of conduct? And the answer given was not just a yes, which had a lot of people up in arms. So people are saying that is no way to answer that question. Instead, she said that if the speech turns into conduct, then it can be harassment. She went on to say this is a context-dependent decision. LZ.
What she gave was a clinical response that I'm sure, high levels of pedagogy appreciated. But she needed to read the room. This is Congress. This is drama. This is political theater. Most importantly, this is about not looking as if you're being wishy-washy, which she came across as. And honestly, all three did. Now, I know from a university perspective, I am a university educator myself. I know the answers that she gave were very thoughtful answers. And in some ways, what she was trying to explain was thoughtful. I've written about it in the Los Angeles Times myself. The problem is that was not the place to try to have that type of conversation. And that's the reason why all three are under the pressure that they're under.
And Barbara, Penn's board chair, Scott Bach, also stepped down but defended McGill, saying in his statement, quote, that she made a very unfortunate misstep. She provided a legalistic answer to a moral question, sort of what LZ was just citing there as well. So do you think this is something McGill could even bounce back from? It sounds like she's staying on as a tenured professor.
Well, listen, they all knew what they were going into with this hearing. So it really was, a disaster, both on just, the moral grounds of just answering a simple yes would have been fine. And it was bipartisan criticism. Certainly the Democrats, the Republican side got a lot of the attention. Democrats were certainly incredulous by the answers, too. What I would have liked to have seen more is maybe a field hearing at the universities themselves and hear from these students who do feel like they have been victimized, but they're scared to leave their dorms. Maybe some of them have been surrounded and, feel threatened. That would be more helpful, I think, in the discussion.
And some of those students did stand up with Congress, and they did tell some of their stories prior to this hearing. It was very emotional. And Christina, to you, McGill's resignation stirs a bit of a debate here about limits of free speech. And we see a lot of universities, though, right now that are currently grappling with their students, as Barbara just said, that feel unsafe in their classrooms, on campus, in their dorms, in the dining hall is something I heard a lot as well. So what's your takeaway?
Yeah, I work with young people across the country on many college campuses, and we're hearing both from Jewish students and Muslim students. Fear, generally speaking. We also had 3 Palestinian students, college students, shot earlier just a few weeks ago. And so you're hearing it on both sides. Look, what I think we need to take away is that our country is strong enough to hold 2 truths. That colleges are places where free speech must be protected. Students should be allowed to express themselves and engage in peaceful protest and debate this issue. But when those debates take the form of violence or open discrimination, we have to condemn them. And the last thing I want to say, I think it's ironic that Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik has also echoed outlandish and hateful conspiracy theories about Jewish replacement theories, where the Jewish people are trying to control and replace a white majority in the United States with migrants in Central and South America. So I just want to point out that irony with her as well.
And she was one that led up this conversation.
If I just may add, it's not really irony. If you look at the larger picture, it's part of a larger plan. If you look at the social media posts and some of the other posts from conservative outlets during this time period, there were 3 women up there. They're viewed as DEI hires as well. That was an undercurrent part of the conversation. So it's not a whoopsie-doo. This is all part of a larger conversation, in my opinion.
And it's certainly playing out in public right now. LZ, Christina, Barbara, and Ann, thank you so much for your time, and please stick around.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.